Welcome for presentation for a topic of launching a new clothing factory. I will pass to Nasrul, our group member.
So for the introduction, we need to design a plan layout for the facilities, which is after discussion with the artist group members, we find out and point out a preferable plan layout, which is we can see mostly in rectilinear form, and from the layout we can identify the critical component that we need to consider when implementing facilities, which is for the first factor is safety protocol. First, we have a fire and emergency exit. We have estimately about 3 fire and emergency exit, and we also have fire extinguisher at each of department. Also, for the personal requirement, which is critical factors that need to consider, we have lavatory or toilet, we have prayer room to worker do their prayers, we have the lockers for the workers, and finally we have car and cycle parking, especially for the workers. Other specification that we put and we need to consider when implement plan layout for the facility is a wide hallway for the easy movement of the workers. We have pantry for workers to relax. We have 2 types of loading bay, which is the receiving and to delivery the material. And lastly, with the proper installation of the windows and doors, we got excellent ventilation from them. So for the next part is a filler table, which is filler table is a tool that used in problem-based learning to be out to structure and process of analyzing and solving a problem. So basically, our filler table is used to improve our layout, which is that we can see on the previous slide. The layout is after the improvement that we made from the filler table. So from the filler table, we got 2 major identification, which is for the first is it is difficult to receive material and deliver the finished product. So as we can see from on the previous slide, the loading bay divided into 2, which is one for the delivery and one for the receiving the material. So from the filler table, we make the improvement to separate the loading bay 1 and 2, and from that we can make the improvement. So for the second problems that we established in the filler table is insufficient toilet. The facility layout that we made earlier lacks of the toilet, which is we got only 1 toilet, and for the improvement that we made, like we can see on the previous slide, is the toilet add and we build another toilet as the initiative and solution for the second problems that we state on the filler table.
Okay, move to chapter 2. We apply the process design flow in closed manufacturing. So all this operation data is by assumption. So we have fabric cutting, panel stitching, sleeve and collar attachment until final checking. And from this table we can generate the flow chart, and this is the process sequence from fabric cutting, panel stitching until final check and shipping. So and the standard time is assumed by operation. Then with this data we can calculate the number of machine required in production per day. So this is also best assumption. So we have standard time unit produced per day, machine performance, machine times per day, and machine reliability. By this data, we can apply the formula F equals to standard time multiplies by unit produced per day over reliability times performance plus times machine per day. Okay, so and the result is we get 2 machines for CNC fabricator and also press machine, and also flatbed sewing machine for for usage. Okay, for the chapter 6, we assume that we apply the activity relationship chart to assume how the department should be placed next to each other. The higher the important, so the department should be close to each other. So this approach will help us to design an efficient layout that supports smooth material flow. For example, the cutting and sewing has high correlation, which is the value is A, absolutely important. So same as others. Cutting to pressing is important also. By applying this method, we can also generate relationship diagram. Then the facility can be placed to maximize efficiency and minimize cost. And then for chapter 7, we use SAC, storage analysis chart. By this formula, we can assume the reorder point, maximum quantity to be stored, and average quantity to be stored. So several assumptions are made, which is order quantity, daily demand, safety stock, and lead time. By utilizing this formula, we got that reorder point for the clothes or batches clothes, maybe the order point for the fabric approximately 1,500 units, and maximum stock can be stored as 5,000 units, and average stock is 2,750 units. Thank you.
Afternoon. My name is Nurman Birasid. Today I would like to explain the factory layout and flow system that are included in this chapter, which is include the material management system, and then include material flow system that I will explain and will be summarized from this chapter. And then from there, I would like to, for the fastest trend that was explained before and after in the improvement. So I will reminiscing again to justify the related for this chapter, which is generally we know that for the flow process, from the flow system, there are three main flow process step that should be known, which is to subject of the subject of flow, which is item to be processed. Okay, related for this chapter, item what to be processed is the clothing. Means making the clothes, making the attire, and then for the outside, the resource that bring a process, the resource that bring a block flow, which is processing and transporting facility. They include for this chapter with the we know the manpower and another they have. Okay, every layout, every the single how I call is the work process have a process and should be connecting with each other. Then shall we have a few consideration that I will explain, and then the communication and the net procedure and facilitate the flow process, which is okay when to make the attire, the clothes. They have a few process that I would explain now, which is which is the interesting process. I think, yeah, I would explain uh, mm, some a few justification. Okay, okay. Wait, I want to justify about it by, okay, by determine, okay, how the process occur. And then, okay, the first thing is from the material receiving. After that, sudah berhal, after that community fabric processing, after that cutting, ironing, packaging, and finish good warehouse and loading bay in the dispatch. Simple summarize for the chapter, which is I want to highlight, which is key department like the store and community fabric process will fully arrange relative to each other. As Pastor friend said, it is starting unnecessary backtracking and long distance for handling material, and overall inefficient workflow. This organized to deep frequent crossing and offer among raw material, semi-finished product and finished good, further slowing down the operation. So I think for to overcome the issue, the layout was developed based on the fundamental flow principle aim. The aim is to minimize total movement here in the clothing manufacturing, and then to eliminate backtracking and creating clear and uninterrupted for the material. And then I want to highlight is the department also arranged logically to follow the natural garment productions security from the knitting of fabric process. My friend have stated in past slide, and of fabric process moving to the store, then sieving and ironing the packing, and finally otherwise this arrangement not only reduce the travel distance for material but also improve coordination between department. For example, the material now enter through loading bay. One ada in the layout and the toilet corner, and immediately transfer into the store, which is conveniently located next to the knitting fabric process area. Meanwhile, finished garment are packed and prepared near loading bay, allowing for quick dispatch without interfering with upcoming stock. This division support to proper documentation tools such as Kanban card and move ticket. Okay, I will explain for the next, but this is summarize for this chapter that I want. And before ending, there is some justification which is the material management system. How can we relate, which is raw material was stored from the production line, forcing workers to spend significant time working back and forth just to retrieve what they needed, and this interrupt the flow of work. Also, production delays increase the chance of work shortage and excess stock, which I think negative impact study and increase storage cost. Okay, so to solve it, to tackle this problem, management system was completely overhauled to centralize the material and component near to critical product stage, such as cutting and sewing, and it can be looked in the layout. Okay, that's for me for this chapter.
Okay, next, when planning a facility, the manufacturing system determines the layout, machine and workstation, flow of material and products, the interaction between workers, machine and storage, and the choice of production method. Why is it important? It increases productivity, reduces waste and movement, improves safety and ergonomics, and enable flexibility in production. So the first manufacturing system are fixed automation system. The machine is designed to do just one job. In our case, it is cutting fabric, since some of the transfer line that can be applied are straight line, U-flow, circle flow, but the disadvantage are it's very expensive and it is high cost equipment. Next is single stage multi-system. A single stage manufacturing system is production system where the entire process involves only one main step or operation to transform the input into output. Some of the resources involved in the system are machines, parts, tools, parts transporter. All these resources are focused on making the single processing stage efficient. Since the part get processes in one place, everything must be ready optimized to support that single step. There is no room for delay or rework, so resource coordination is the key. Next is flexible manufacturing system. A manufacturing system allow a factory to quickly switch between making different product or variation of the same product without stopping. Flexibility, the benefit is flexible, easy adjust to make different products or part. It is computer control. Machine tool and transport are managed by a central computer system. Next is automation. Material handling and tool change happen automatically. And high efficiency, reduce setup time and increase productivity. Finally, lean manufacturing system. A lean manufacturing system is production method focused on reducing waste and increasing value for the customer by making process more efficient. Okay, so next is facility system. In a clothing manufacturing facility, the structural system refers to the building, physical foundation, framework, and all load-bearing components that support the entire structure. These include the floor, columns, beams, and roof, which must be designed to handle the weight of vibration of heavy machinery such as fabric cutters, industrial sewing machine, ironing station, and storage rack for fabric rolls and finished goods. Next is the enclosure system. The enclosure system refers to all the parts of the building that surround, protects, and separate the interior from the outside environment. It includes the wall, door, window, roof, and floor covering. Next is the atmospheric system. The atmospheric system refers to the system that controls the indoor environment to ensure comfort, safety, and proper conditions for both workers and machines. This includes systems that manage air quality, temperature, humidity, and ventilation. Based on the layout of the garment factory that we built, we found out the cooling loads are 332,330,089 BTU per hour. Next is the electrical system. The electrical system supply and distribute power throughout the facility, while the lighting system ensure the work area are well lit for visible safety and productivity. Okay, so continue from previous. Building automation system. A building automation system is centralized computer-based system used to monitor, control, and manage a building critical system automatically to improve efficiency, comfort, safety, and energy saving. So the key system controlled by building automation system are HVAC system, lighting system, alarm and security, humidity control, energy management, and access control. For example, manage door locks, entry cards, and surveillance. Okay, that's all. So next is a facility maintenance management. A facility maintenance management system helps the company keep track of repair, inspection, and servicing of machines, building, and system to avoid breakdown, reduce downtime, and extend asset life. Life safety system ensure that people inside a building can stay or evacuate quickly during an emergency in our garment factory. It includes fire detection and alarm system, fire suppression system, emergency lighting and exit sign, emergency communication, smoke control and ventilation, and finally backup power system. That's it for facility system.
So for the quantitative approach, we need to measure the distance of the critical component, which is maybe from the store and from the loading bay to store, and from the plan out, we transfer it from the plan out to the cleaning form, and from that we can calculate the distance from one point to another one point. So from the vector uniform, you can see here the distance from loading bay to store, which is in receiving terms, receiving material or good or something. The distance maybe can value by 30 meters, which is from the pickup point A18 and A7, which is that's a point at the loading bay. And for the second factors is from the store that we can see here, from store to loading bay, which is mean for out for delivery for the products at the factory, and at the point 160 to B2 and 160 to B3 are 45 meters, which is B2 stand for the point at the loading bay, and also B3 stand a point at the loading bay too. So what we can compute here is the distance of the receiving and delivery are in minimal condition. They are not difficult for the workers.
Okay, back to the simple. For this material handling clothing manufacturers case study, there's some part that should be justified, which is okay. We know that the principle of the material handling include the economic standardizations in the economic planning, and so many principle that have significant relate for this topic. So I will make the summarize before and after the improvement. Before after improvement, the single the single congested loading bay, terminal transport, and after improvement at the second loading bay. This is involve the how the chain of material arrive, and what's the justification. Okay, we know that have a lag in the material handling, especially for the loading bay, especially when transfer a material which other side. That's why I would call it to be summarized that is chapter is the how the what's and why and how the material handling involved, and then that's why I state give the comparison before and after making the improvement. Especially facility question begin with layout the lag such a framework. It function but only bare is not without consequence, and it is study about this chapter, and then the journey of each piece of window was extended by design flow and by production requirement. There is some factor, so this is all involve the principle and existing study of material handling system, especially I will do before and after. Before layout was reimaged, the material handling system govern the facility define this array and must as routine, and after it was like the shift from the obsolete design is not happen by accident, because design and imagine the very essence of the material move through the facility. This is after. So that's why they relate with the time principle, and then that's why the unit load design, which is if the amount of material of the rim of facility, then the unit load is steady, defined, deliberate, environment, waste time, accuracy, space, or privilege. And then how I can summarize for this chapter, especially in unit load. Okay, the revive embrace the principle. Uh, like I would give example. Cuts are placed in the standard container allowing for efficient taking, tracking, and retrieval. Packet garment or wiper and prioritized with care, not just for the sake of sale, but for the ease of display and integrity of production transfer. So that's why I have related. Okay, simple for this chapter. In the conclusion, that can be decide for this project about the clothes manufacturing, which is our group assignment to plan and design the cloth manufacturing facility has provided us with valuable insight into the various components contribute to owner efficiency facility operation, and it becomes evident that personal requirement, but especially for the part material handy, I think in the flow process after and before improvising, and I can be conclude that the initial layout after when we have study about the clothes manufacturing and how the layout, and then we see that has some critical point that should be improvised. So that's why using fluently and with and the guidance by facility planning that's involved in chapter 1 until the final chapter, which is the material handling. That's why I state that in this cloth manufacturing, in the process, have a critical point that should be measured. Okay, what's the justification that I should decide, okay, why I please locate this layout, why the workers have possibility to make the bottleneck, especially when I see the layout, which they have logically have a possibility the bottleneck and how to make the smooth flow process in this clothes manufacturing. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.